What's up, everybody? It's your boy Stevie the Black. It's STEVEE, the Black. I'm back, and I'm here to give you my thoughts and review on Game 3 of the NBA Finals. Um, I know I missed and did not post my review on Game 2. Some things came up, and I was not able to do that. I tried to do like a short little review, but time constraints, man. It's a tricky thing. But I'm here to talk about Game 3 and just give my thoughts on it. So basically, what happened? So you guys know how I talked about in the first game how I'm not really superstitious, but I guess I am kind of to a degree because if I watch the game, then the Warriors were doing good, you know? Well, this is kind of like the countermeasure to that, right? So yesterday, I only saw really like the last couple, like the last second half of the first quarter because I went out to eat with some friends yesterday, and we went to like a sports bar, and they were able to put the game on, and we stayed until the end of the first quarter, right? And just like in Game 2, the Boston Celtics got off to a very fast start. I think the first quarter ended, it was like 33 to like 22, right? And I said, hey, just they're coming out fast, they're coming out strong, they're at home, right? And I said, all we need to do is just keep it close, we'll be all right? That's exactly what happened, right? You know, we get to we get to halftime. I think it's like 70. What is it? No, it's like 60. No. Yeah, it's 72 to 58. And I said, all right, cool. We're still it's still like a 12-point game. We're good. We're all right? We all know the Warriors are going to go on their third quarter run. And that's exactly what happened. And even at one point, the Warriors took the lead. It was 83 to 80, 83 to 82, right? It was only for a quick second, but the Warriors were able to come back. So I was like, we're fine. What worried me was the fourth quarter, right? The fourth quarter, where once again, and it's kind of been a trendsetter here in these three finals games, where the Celtics really, besides game two, where the Celtics really just turn it up a notch. They turn it to a different. They clamp down. You know, in the first game, you know, they had that. It was like a 40 to 22 or 40 to 13 run, whatever it was in the fourth quarter, and they to come back and win that game. Obviously, in the second game, the Warriors had blew them out so bad in the third quarter that uh, there was no need. The game was over pretty much at the end of the third quarter. Like they were up by like 25, right? And all you gotta do is maintain that, you know. So Steph didn't even play in the fourth quarter, right? Then we get to game last night, and it's like I think it was like 86 to 93 or 80 or no, I'm sorry, it was 89 to 93. You know, it's only a 4-point game. I'm like, we're still good, right? And then for whatever reason, they just turned it on. They turned it on. The Warriors, the game ended up being 116 to 100, which means the Warriors only scored 11 more points in the quarter. In the whole quarter. There's 11 minutes in a quarter. And I'm asleep at this point, right? Well, actually, no, because it was like I saw the last score I saw was like 93 to like 101. No, I'm sorry, it was 96 to 105. I'm like, all right, it's still only a 9-point game. It was like 6-7 minutes left. I'm like, we can still do this. All we need to go is like on a 10-0 run. We'll be fine, right? Mm-mm. I'm trying to figure out what's happening. And I'm on today at work again, and I'm looking at my phone, and I'm like, what happened? And it was turnover after turnover. I think it was like 3 straight turnovers by the Warriors, 2 by like Steph, And I was like, wow. Well, no wonder they jumped out to that early lead. Like, the Warriors just completely collapsed. Steph, they shut down the Warriors completely. You know, Clay had 25 points at the end of the third quarter. He didn't score again. Steph Curry, I think, yeah, he scored one basket. Draymond Green, bro. Draymond. This Draymond getting on my nerves, bro. Draymond getting on my nerves. He's not. If it's not one thing, it's something else with Draymond, man. And I just. If the Warriors are going to win this, if the Warriors are going to win this series, they have to play absolutely perfect, right? Like Clay dropped 25, but they were the most 25 quietest points you've ever seen, right? Because the difference between Steph and Clay is Steph can get hot, right? But we can see everyone else around him isn't, so you can, it's still a manageable win. When Clay gets hot, it's like demoralizing. Like, bruh, what are we gonna do? Not to say that Steph isn't, that way, because he is and can be, but it's just something about Clay. When Clay gets going, it's just a whole other different level, man. And so, yeah, he had 25 points. I think he only made 3 3-pointers, but man, I need some impactful shots. I need some big time moments, and I'm not getting that from Clay, man. And it's really hurting the team. And Jordan Poole, once again, didn't show up, only dropped 10 points. Otto Porter Jr. only had 6. I think Gary Payton only had 2. And it's like, well, dang. And then Steph ended up getting injured, right? But it's not as bad. As a matter of fact, it was reported earlier that he will be playing. He's fine. He will be playing. Matter of fact, they said he was practicing today, which I don't know if he should be doing that, but maybe sitting down will make it worse. I don't know. I don't know. But all I know is this. You cannot go down 3-1 going back to Golden State, knowing how good of a road team the Boston Celtics are. You can't do that. I harken back to when I thought, man, this team is for real, when they lost Game 5 in Boston, let Milwaukee back in it, and then they went on the road and they beat Milwaukee in Milwaukee. Do you know how hard that is? No Middleton or not, Giannis still dropping 40. Do you know how hard that is? How impressive that is to go to Milwaukee in a game 6, them up 3-2. They win this game, it's over. And they go up there and they win. They go to Miami, game 1, steal the game. Game 7, steal the game. Game 5, steal the game. All in Miami. Go to State, game 1, steal the game. It's like, oh my goodness, bro. It's that's how good of a road team this team is. You have to, absolutely have to win game 4. Because if you don't, as great as a story it would be for y'all to come back from a 3-1 deficit, that just doesn't happen. A lot, and the Warriors will agree with this, a lot of factors went into the Cavaliers coming back on them 3-1. I mean, when they did it to the OKC, I mean, they had Russ, and Russ can only do so much. Now they had KD, but KD wasn't at the level he is now, so he was still able to get him, But man, you cannot go down 3-1, man. The thing about Boston, and I hate to admit this, but you got to give credit where credit is due. They are a good team, man. They are a darn good team. You know, the fact that they could just turn it on like that. I mean, Golden State went on their third quarter run yesterday. Dropped 35 in the quarter. Boston had 27, though. So it wasn't that big of a difference. But they still went on a run. They won the quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, they said, nope, we locking this down. And it's just like, man, for a team to be able to just do that is so incredible. And it's so frustrating when it's Boston, you know? And my ever-growing disdain for them. My biggest fear is they're going to win this series. And even though I never said this on camera, I had Warriors in 7 because that's how good the Boston Celtics are, bro. Like, no lie, that's how good they are. And so it's just frustrating. You know, like this to me would be if like the Dallas Cowboys were in the Super Bowl and they just completely dominated a quarter of football, and it's just like they completely owned the such and such team, whatever team they're playing in the Super Bowl. They completely owned them in that quarter. They totally ran that quarter, bro. It's just not fair, you know. Sick to my stomach if they won, you know. But I will. And while Steph is playing out of his mind right now, and if the Warriors win, he's no doubt going to be the MVP. And part of this, I think, has to do with the way the Celtics are turning it on in the fourth quarter. But Steph in the fourth quarter and last night and in game 1, he is not the same player that he is quarter 1 through 3. And I don't know why. Remember, game 2, he did not come in the fourth quarter because the game was already over. Right? But, I mean, if we're going to win this series, man, we need everybody. And I know Steph is already doing so much, but it's not like the game is... people already say so many disrespectful things about Steph that it hurts, bro. It's like, man, this man is a 3-time champion, 2-time MVP, unanimous MVP. Like, he very should have been the MVP in 2015. Very easily should have been the MVP in the 3rd championship that he won. It's like, what else do you want from the man, bro? Like, he's the greatest shooter ever, number 1 in threes in regular season and in the playoffs. Like, what else do you want from this man? Everybody can't be Michael Jordan, bro. Everybody can't be Kobe, can't be Shaq. You know, they can't. They're, you know, it's like, just take him for who he is and be like, is he not a generational talent? You know, is he not a generational player? But people always want to focus on the negative all the time, man. It's a frustrating thing, you know? So, here's what I'm thinking, man. Here's what I'm thinking. You obviously need Steph if you're going to win this game, this series, right? But I think in order for them to win tomorrow, we're going to need Jordan Poole. Like, Jordan Poole really is the X factor because he's coming off their bench. He's their best player off their bench. Although he does not always show that because he's not consistent enough. Again, like, I need to know what happened to this man since the Denver series. Is it because he's coming off the bench, but he's been on the bench the whole season? It don't make no sense. Well, actually, no. Because Klay wasn't playing, so no. But once Klay got back, but you get the idea. Like, by the time the playoffs rolled around, he's played enough and has enough experience to be like, oh, I got this. Okay, it's good. Right? Like, we know what this man can be. 10 points is not going to cut it. I think he had, like, what do you have in game 1? He had, like, 7 points, something like that. He had 7 points. And I'm like, that's not enough. You can get as hot as Steph can. You can make the the same shots, basically, almost. We all remember that shot at the end of the third quarter in game two. It's like, bro, who is this Steph Curry 2.0? Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. I'm going to need 15, 20 points from you off the bench, sir. So I need him to step up. I need Draymond to stop being so stupid. Man. But more importantly, I need game 6 Klay. I need that demoralizing Klay. I need that Klay that can snatch your heart and be like, well, god darn, man, what we supposed to do? That's Klay. Klay going on. We know Klay can go get 60 in 3 quarters, bro. That's how hot he can get. Dare I say, and I've heard, and I tend to agree to this. When he gets hot, nobody can match him. Nobody can stop him. He gets hotter than Steph. Man, he really does. And so it's just, hold on. There we go. And so it's just frustrating, you know. Like, yeah, he had 25 points yesterday. He made 3 threes. It's not enough. It's not enough. So with Steph being hobbled, compromised right now because of the injury, we need Steph and we need Jordan Poole. Matter of fact, and I know they won't do this, but this is what I would do, right? Because Steve Kerr is getting out coached in this series, by the way. I would put Steph on the bench, and I would put him back on the bench, and I would bring what's the name, put him back in the starting lineup because that's when he was hot, right? A player of Steph magnitude coming off the bench to give that bench unit some more energy, what Jordan Poole should be doing. But to do that again, to shake things up a bit, to get Poole going, to get Klay going, that's what we need right now, bro. Because I'm telling you right now, if the Warriors fall to 3-1, going back to Golden State, it is over. It's a wrap. Now, maybe Golden State can salvage and it can take it back to Boston for game 2. For game 6, rather. But if Boston play like it played last night at home again, because it's all about blood. It's about the moments. We're up 3-2 right now. It doesn't matter that you won game 5. We're up 3-2 and we're back at home. Oh, best believe they're going to close it out. And then get Golden State. I can see if it becomes 3-1. If it becomes 3-1, Golden State can push it to 6. But that's it. Ain't going to be no game 7. In order for the Warriors, and I know Klay was like, oh, we've been here before. We were down 2-1, but that's when y'all were puppies. Okay? That's when y'all were puppies. Y'all supposed to be the big boys now. Y'all supposed to be the mean kids on the block. Y'all supposed to be that dude, that team, those guys. Right? Stop letting the Boston Celtics push y'all around, man. It's frustrating. But again, that's how, credit to them, because that's how good they are. Right? So anyway, that's what I would do. Put Steph on the bench, Jordan Poole back in the starting lineup to get those two going so we can tie the series up 2-2. If you tie the series up 2-2, I believe Golden State has a very good chance to win game 5, right? Game 4 is the most important game of this series. It will determine if this goes 6. It basically, okay. Game 4 is important because it's going to determine whether or not there's going to be a game 7. Because if Golden State wins, I believe there will be a game 7. If Boston wins, it's over in 5. It's over in game 5. Might possibly be a game 6, but I'm feeling 5 if Boston goes up 3-1. So that's just my head. That's where my thinking is. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. You know, what do we need to do to ensure that we win game 4? Because game 4 is the turning point. This is do or die time. You need to pull every trick, every arsenal out to pull this out. Because if you don't, game 5 back in Golden State will be the end of the series, bro. And I don't want that to be the case. Got me thinking about football already. I mean, I'm thinking about it regardless, but got me put all my energy thinking into the Eagles. That's not very safe, and that's not very healthy for me. It's not. Because if I put all my faith in the Eagles, they just gonna let me down. And I need to keep a level head when it comes to them. I can't be focusing on them. I can't be focusing on them when I gotta focus on Steph and the Warriors. So just let me know in the comment section down below what you think we need to do. Please remember to like this video, hit that like button, hit that bell so you never miss a video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. You know, let me know your predictions for Game 4 in the comment section down below. Hey, Boston fan, Philly fan, Golden State fan, whatever, let me know in the comment section. Or if you're a fan of any team, whatever, just let me know in the comment section. I'll talk to y'all next time. Peace out, y'all.